So for this production, or this iteration, I went much different. Oops.
Knocking on heaven's door.
Okay, so a lot more high end in the cymbals, gigantic time.
Knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah, big reverb on the snare, things like that. So here's what I did for, and again, just slightly versions. So that kick drum wasn't cut it. So I grabbed a drum loop, and if I, right, so there's this drum loop, and I just grabbed that kick drum and made a kick drum sample. So then what I did is went through here, and there's programs that do this, but I don't have it. I got it at Studio, but I don't have it here. So I just tabbed a transient to, or copied that snare drum, and then used tab to transient, tab, and then went down, pasted. So over here, tab, and then went down here and pasted. So then just paid attention a little bit, trying to get those to be as phase, tweak that. So now I have a kick drum that sounds like this, as opposed to, it's turned way down, but if I got that versus, right, and obviously a lot more reverb. Then I went through and EQ'd the snare drums a little bit different, changed the gating a lot too. So I made the gating much more aggressive. So this one's only open, stays open for 80 and then takes 190 to release, but you can see this one's a little shorter and these are much shorter as well. So I made the gating much more aggressive. So there's no boom. I want boom, and I'll have it go in the reverb. So then I changed the deverb to this much bigger sounding plate reverb. So 1.4 seconds. So kick. Right, so if I go, I'm getting there, right? Then did a lot more, still got the distortion, I was liking that. Added the high end back into the overheads. And so made that pretty significant and still, speed that up a little bit. Watching that meter, so I got that going on. And then I've got my toms here. So copied and pasted a couple good tom hits to make sure I had some. And let's see here. So yeah, so you can see I took a couple of my tom hits. So now I got, they're not recorded that well, so I'm having, but I've got some in the overheads. Much louder. So if I listen to this all together, oops. You can see I went into the bass too, added the Sanzot and a little chorus pedal, heavily compression on the bass. So totally different vibe, bigger reverb, went from pretty mild, kind of barely doing anything, to the Sweet Marie and really picking an aesthetic. In this case, going with Guns N' Roses and picking aesthetic.